Yo, what's good, guys? Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate you. If this is your first time here, allow me to say welcome to my channel. I want to give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Alliance, the must-have mobile RPG game that allows you to choose between 400 unique heroes, creating over 10,000 possible combinations. You can go head-to-head with your friends in PvP mode. You can battle crazy giant bosses, and of course, there's massive guilds and nation battles. And for the record, can't none of y'all beat me in any of that. Now, I can talk about this game for hours, but I'm not going to do that to you. So go ahead, go to my description and click the link there. Download Alliance, and when you do, using that link, you'll automatically get 50,000 gold and 50 gems right off the bat. That's a huge deal. Why are you still here? Go download the game, then come back and watch the rest of the video. Alright, now before we get all the way into today's topic, I have to say this first. I always tip. Always. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave it here on the screen just in case any servers are watching. When you see this face coming to your establishment, don't play with my food, dog. I'm going to tip you. And I don't tip because I feel pressured to. I used to feel that way, but I don't feel that way anymore. I tip now because I want to. I tip because I know it's helpful to a server and I can afford to be helpful. But I cannot stand getting online and seeing servers complain about tips as if they're supposed to get them. As if tipping is mandatory when we all know it's not. Look, man, people don't have to give you their money. People don't have to spend more money on top of what they already paid for food. And as a customer, let me tell you, there are very few, if any, places I go to with service in mind. Meaning, I'm not like, oh, they gave great service the last time, I'm definitely going to return. Or, I didn't like the service, I'm never coming back. That is not a factor in my food adventures. I just want the food. And I think a lot of people feel that way. I would honestly be okay going to a restaurant where you sit down and dealing directly with the chef, telling him my order, and then carrying my own food to my table. I'm fine with that. And servers love to say things like, oh, if you can't afford the tip, then just stay home. Or if you can't afford the tip, go to McDonald's. And first of all, McDonald's is delicious. All right? So we're not going to sit up here and act like that's some type of punishment. Okay? And secondly, how about this? How about if you can't afford to live without handouts to get a better job? Huh? How about that? Okay, now I know that was a little harsh, and I apologize. But seriously, how y'all gonna be out here basically calling people broke when you the one hurting for tips? But you know what, servers? I don't blame you. See, because there's a much bigger problem going on that y'all like to overlook, that y'all don't want to address, that y'all afraid to challenge. Your employer, the restaurant industry as a whole, they did this to you, not us. You work for this company. You are expected to represent this company and always act in the best interest of this company. And this company turns around and tells you, we only gonna pay you so much for your services. Hopefully the customers do the rest. Good luck. That's not my fault. Ouch. Why can't they just pay you competitive wages? That's a real question, by the way. If anybody knows the actual answer as to why servers don't get paid better by the establishments they work for, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, why not? Why can't they price the food in a way that allows them to pay the staff better? Why can't they just have a service fee that goes to you for your service? I know they do that when it's like a party over 8 or something like that, gratuities included or whatever. Why can't that just be the case? Huh? Why is tipping an option? And why aren't you asking these questions? But instead, y'all want to be out here getting mad at people for choosing the option that's best for them. Y'all basically saying, why you keeping your money in your pocket when you know I want your money? Because it's mine, Gregory. Alright? You get a check just like I get a check. Why I got to give some of my check to you? Now let's talk about when we actually tip, okay? Because it's been brought to my attention that a lot of places don't allow servers to keep 100% of their tips. You gotta share with the busser. You gotta tip out to the house or whatever they call it. And that's why tips are super important. You need all the tips you can get. And I understand that. I understand why that makes you mad. But you know what? That makes me mad too. Because now you out here being a punk with our money. Okay? I gave that money to you. I tipped Samantha. What the fuck Wallace walking around with my money for? See, y'all need to call a meeting or something and get your stuff figured out internally before you start arguing with us. I ain't even see Wallace. He got 10%. Psh, man, please. But seriously, like, why do you guys complain so much about not getting tips or being tipped poorly or whatever, as if you didn't know what the job was when you took it? I'm pretty sure they have to make it clear that tipping isn't mandatory. We all know that at this point. What made you think it was going to be any different for you? What made you think that everybody was going to tip you and everybody was going to tip you well? And you probably didn't think that, but how do you get mad when it doesn't happen when you know that's a possibility? I don't understand. You picked this job, you took that gamble because you know it's the opportunity for a lot of money. But when you gamble, you gotta know you can lose. Now, I've had this conversation so many times with a bunch of different servers. We never see eye to eye, which I expect because money is involved. But there's one question that nobody has been able to give me a good answer for. So I want you to send this to all your server friends. Tell them to come to this part in the video. And somebody, please, give me a good answer for this question. What makes you feel like your tip should be a percentage of the price of my meal? Because I see that complaint a lot about, so a person left a small tip on a big bill. So let me give you a scenario. Let's say I go into a restaurant. It's kind of bougie, and I know exactly what I want. There's this one dish on the menu, and let's say it costs 130 bucks, right? That's it. That's all I want. This one thing. You ask me, I don't ask you to give me suggestions on what's your favorite. I don't need a rundown of all the menu. I know what I want. I place my order. You bring me my order, I eat it, and that's it. Okay? Now let's say somebody else comes in and they're new. They never been to this place before. They're not that hungry. So they ask you to explain 3 different appetizers to them, and you do so, and they pick one, and let's say it's, what, $25, okay? They order this $25 appetizer. Now, after you bring them the appetizer, they ask you for more water. Cool. Then when you come back with the water, they're like, oh, and can I get a side of ranch? Okay. And you come back with the ranch, and they want more complimentary bread. And a little while later, they're flagging you down, and they're asking for hot sauce or something else. And a little while after that, they're flagging you down for more water. Whatever the case may be, they're asking for a lot. Why should I, who asked you for nothing extra, I should say, give you a bigger tip than this person who had you going back and forth and really working simply because my food costs more? Please, somebody, give me a good answer to that in the comments below, and I will love you forever. Now I'm gonna close this video out now. I feel like I've angered enough people, but I want to say honestly, truly, like, if you go out to eat and your server is giving you good service and you can't afford to, tip them. And don't be a stingy asshole about it. Like, it's nice. It's helpful. Do it. But servers, if you don't get tipped, don't cry about it. You chose this life. Thank you guys for watching. I look forward to reading the comments on this, because this one always angers people. And yeah, that should be fun. Don't forget, click the link in my bio, download Alliance. Go to goodybrand.com, get you something dope. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and go watch all my videos 30 times, and don't skip any ads. I'm out. Peace.